end of that game, that play where Austin fumbles, just what's going through your mind as that play unfolds?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Because you navigate that drive beautifully. You're in position. You get the ball to the right hash, and had a chance for the first down too. But it's one of those things where the NFL, anything can happen, and we're fortunate. But just a lot happened in that game today, and our guys, no matter what, because we had to go play after that play, because that's a roller coaster. That's as tough as it gets. Now you're back. Now you got to go make a play to get in range, and our guys got back in that huddle and they hung tough. And Justin and Josh, connect, and great protection, and a got-to-have-it situation throughout that whole 2-minute drive, really 4-minute drive. Our offense just performed beautifully, played together, overcame a bunch of stuff, and finished the game playing our best ball.
Just with the offense sticking there, just how did you feel like they played? It felt like there was a little more rhythm to the offense today. You had a couple pretty big drops.
Yeah.
The numbers and how much points you put up. But did you see?
Yeah, Dan, I really felt like coming out of the middle eight. I thought we really managed the middle eight great. Coming out of halftime, we got Gerald up the seam, wide open. That's going to be a 35-yarder, big one, which can really stretch that lead to possibly 21-10 and, just really dominate that middle part of the game. And, then we had the drop on third down for an interception that we were in range and possibly a first down there. So, we had some drops today, but like I said, our guys hung tough. I think our offense showed a lot of poise. Justin was extremely poised today at the quarterback position, made a bunch of big plays for us. We were really, really good on third down. I think we're 8 of 16 on third down. And our guys just hung tough. It was a tough, rugged game. It took all three phases. I thought we got some big plays out of our special teams, punt return, and just can't say enough about our guys. Really proud of them.
You mentioned Josh, but how about him and DeAndre kind of filling in at the top two spots?
Yeah, Eric. I think Dre had 4 out of his 5 catches were third down catches. He's mad that he didn't score down there. But just has been fantastic for us all year, as and with Keenan and Mike out, a bunch of guys injured, those guys have stepped up, and this was a real feature game for Josh. I thought you saw the type of receiver that we believe he is, and he got his opportunities today, and he really took them and ran with them. So it wasn't perfect for him, but I think you see why we feel the way we do about him, and I really thought those 2 guys were real bright spots for us.
Coach Staley, what was the key to slowing the Falcons down after they got the first score on the first 2 drives, and then you got 3?
Yeah, just the first drive, there was that one run into an 8-man front where our edge player and linebacker just didn't play it properly. Outside of that run, we were doing just fine. And so I think our guys just settled in. We got into the right personnel groupings that we felt like would match up with those guys. And I just felt like our guys really communicated, stayed connected, and we did a good job of tackling after that and kept the ball in front of us. And then we put a roof over the coverage and didn't let them get any plays in the deep part of the field. So we had taken away the passing game, and then we could really put our attention to the run game. They're a really good running team, and we tried to do our best to, after that first series, to kind of flush that one and come back and play good ball.
Hey, Coach. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Can you describe your state of being, like from a blood pressure standpoint, on that last sequence when Austin fumbles and they recover?
I think what I would tell you is that I think as you get more games under your belt as a head coach, you become less and less surprised. So hopefully my blood pressure is going down and I'm handling it better. You can look at the TV copy to confirm that. But I think that what we got to do is you got to have that next play mindset. Once it's your ball, now it's about what's next. It's about what's next, and I think our guys did a great job. I thought we had a really good play call up for Josh. We had a couple good answers if it were man or zone, and we had the right protection, and Justin delivered a strike, and it's like there's 34 seconds left on the clock. It's man-to-man, and you call that play for that player, and you're able to connect, and it was a sweet feeling for us to be able to rip that and get in range. And I think to finish the game with your kicker, this is our 3rd kicker. We're going to set the NFL record for game balls for kickers in a year, 3 separate kickers, game balls. I think he represents what this season's been about for us, is that it takes everybody, on the team to win, and I'm really proud of our guys.
Why does nothing come easy to this club?
Jim, I think that there's far too much focus on the past with this club, and there's not enough focus on the present. By just, I think, outside people. I think that there's, focus on what's happened before. I think with us, this is just part of the NFL. This isn't exclusive to any team. It's hard every week in the NFL. it's hard every week in the NFL, and we're learning that as a club. Since I've been the head coach, we've played in a bunch of close ones, and we're comfortable in this space. We're comfortable in this space. And when you have as many people go down as we have throughout the season and you go on the road, it's not going to be poetic. Maybe it could be if you were full strength and you had your, a full army out there, and maybe it could be that way, maybe like in the first game for us, or, part of the second game. But for us, it's just, we got to be able to fight the fight, based on who we have and based on what's happening. And I think our guys are really used to that. And when you go 10-0 down on the road, I think you show a lot about who your football team is. And that's not the first time that it's happened this year. And we've been able to hang tough together and get going, and then, finish the game playing our best. And I thought you saw that with our football team, was offense, defense, kicking game. It took all three phases to finish the game on the road. And I'm really glad that, our guys got this win, because they earned it.
We talked about the third and long struggles on defense heading into the bye week. What did you feel like you guys did better today? You were able to get one play.
Yeah, I thought we covered really well. I thought the pressure plan, keeping him in there. We had a couple designer stuff, to activate some of those guys in the rush game, because he's a hard guy to keep in there. And that was a big part of the game. Outside that loose play where he found the guy in the flat for 20 yards, there's like 90-yard passing. So I think that was big that we were able to put a roof over it, because he had been so prolific down the field this year. They didn't throw it a lot, but, when he did, that was very effective. So we were able to eliminate the deep plays, and then put the pressure on him. And we put just enough pressure on him in the passing game, I thought, today.
Following that exchange of fumbles, you restarted at the 43. Or did you feel like you needed to get for the field goal? And how confident were you in knowing that, because this is a guy just coming up from the practice?
Well, he's got a 35 was the mark. He's got a strong leg, as you guys saw on the kickoffs. And he's a versatile guy, because he's an outstanding punter too. So his leg strength is one of his assets. I thought that you saw today he's got good lift on the ball. So we felt good at 35. Anything outside of that, we were kind of going to be in a go-for-it type mode. But Cameron did a good job coming in on Thursday, kicking for us. I thought, this is the second time it's happened that we've had to go through someone on a Thursday like this. And he came in, and the guys were, putting some pressure on him on Thursday, and he kind of came through. So I thought he earned his stripes on Thursday, and then for him to knock it down, really happy for him, and proud of our team for supporting him, because it takes everybody. It takes Josh Harris leading the way, his snapper, J.K. his holder, and how important that rhythm is, and you're just proud of those guys too.
Who was the other one on Thursday?
Taylor Bertolette, Jim. So when Dustin, he had hamstring quad, like 2 different injuries. Then Taylor came in, kind of did the same thing, Jim. He had a really good Thursday, and the guys, put even more pressure on Cameron this week, and he came through for us. So but I think, Jim, what it shows me is that our guys, know what it takes. Like when you onboard a kicker on Thursday, all right, how are you going to play around that guy? How are you going to make him feel like you're one of us? To go out there and knock it down. And I'm just proud of our team, for how they played today.
Brandon, the play that Austin fumbled, in that situation, you could have taken a knee and been more conservative there. Did you think about that? Or what? We
were trying to get to the ball to the left hash. It's a 19 type play, to get there. And that's a very safe play. It's a safe run. There's not a lot of risk in going backwards. And so we wanted to, get it on the left hash and, gain some yards if we could, get it closer. Because then if you get the first down, then you're truly going to finish with it. You could take it all the way down.
Brandon, I'm curious, what's kind of your routine when you have a big kick like that? Are you thinking of something special, or just?
Not really. I was next to Justin, and for this particular one, and he was the right guy to be next to, because he had done such a good job in this game, and felt like he played a beautiful game, and it was good to be next to him and have it go down, because you knew that he really had to hang tough and play quarterback, and that's what he's had to do this year. When so much has been changing around him, he's really had to go play NFL quarterback, because this is what it is in the NFL, to play quarterback, to play it like this. And he's been able to play it straight up, and he's been able to affect his teammates. I thought he was great today, and you find him after you knock one of those down, and it doesn't get any sweeter than that.
What's your first thought when Cameron's take goes in?
Just happy for our team, Lindsay. To Jim's point, to focus on our team, that it's been a team effort. You go on the road, and I think we've played really well on the road, and we got behind again today, and you just know that this was a team win all the way. And I felt like our guys earned it. I felt like our week of practice was outstanding. I felt like at the hotel last night and then warm-ups this morning, I knew our guys were going to be ready to give it everything they had, and it wasn't pretty for sure, but we played our best at the end.
I apologize for coming in late, but is there any update on Austin or Trey?
Yeah, Austin left the game with a knee. I think it's an MCL. We'll know the specifics of that. And then Trey, similar, same knee, that he's been kind of battling. So we'll find out more, for you guys tomorrow.
Just with Justin, it looked like he was as healthy as he's been since injury in terms of not only the way he's throwing it, but the way he's moving, getting outside the pocket, creating off platform.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way watching him?
Yeah. I thought we felt like he was at a good enough point to start activating a little bit more of that, and I thought that was an advantage for us today. Try to create more plays outside the pocket, and we needed that. And I thought he was very good with his mobility. He made a couple, like that big third down to Josh. It was like a 3rd and 11. He was able to buy some time and find him over the middle. I thought he really used his legs effectively. And you're going to have to do that when your premium guys aren't out there all the time. You're going to have to use your legs to create some space and create some time for your guys. And I thought he played the game the way he needed to play it today. And I was proud of him, and he practiced well, and his teammates just really fought hard for him today.
Brandon, when you say good point to activate that, would that mean that previous game plans kind of catered to maybe Justin not doing as much because he had the injury?
Yeah, we're just trying to, you're trying to be smart, and that's been like last year. If you watched us, that was a big part of how we played. It's an advantage if you can do that, but you're trying to be smart, with your cue, and but when you feel like he's good, then now it opens up more options for you.
Brandon, you talked during the week about, or you pointed out during the week that you would talk to the guys about everything being in front of you.
Yeah.
The culture's good, that regardless of the noise out there, you guys are still in position to do what you want to do. If you don't win a game like this, or if that fumble doesn't come back your way, how dangerous or what's the concern that at that point guys might start tuning that out? Like, those are just words and not real.
Yeah, well, I think, Jim, the way we played today shows that. I think if we hadn't lost, I think our guys would have been able to say, this was a big-time effort by this football team, and it's one of those things where, depending on how an official saw that play, okay, you may if it had gone the other way, it goes to overtime and we see what happens, but that doesn't take away how our guys played today. And that's what I mean. After 7 games, you get a real accurate picture of, the fight in your football team. And then you've had to experience all these things that most people experience in a full season. Well, we did it in 7 games. And so we had to experience a really tough loss where a bunch of guys went down, Jacksonville. And then we had 3 straight wins, 2 on the road. We had, when we were full strength, we had 2 of the toughest games to start a season, and I felt like we played incredible football in those games, and they didn't go down. But I felt like our team knew, hey, at 4-3, when we can look back on it and say it was tough, it was rugged, but here we are. And then I think what a game like this does, because, again, we had a bunch of guys out for this game, is that we were able to go on the road against a team that was playing outstanding football, a team that could have a much better record than what they have. Arthur's doing a great job with that team. And you're able to win a quality game on the road after hanging tough. And I just think that shows team chemistry. That shows the ability through a game for coaches and players to figure it out. I thought the adjustments were good. And then I thought, like in the fourth quarter, when you got to play your best, when your guys got to play in the clutch, I thought that we got that in all 3 phases. And I think that's something that, whether we had won or lost, we got that type of level of play. And that's what we need to fall back on, is not whether we win or lose, but how we play, how we compete. And that's what our focus is on us, on the Chargers, and how we compete, how we play. And if we do that, we're going to be able to continue to improve and get some guys back and hopefully be playing our best on the stretch.
A lot of wild plays, but how about Khalil Mack, like literal play that he had?
Yeah, like you guys, Jim, he's been following this guy's whole career. You'd be very that would be something you're not surprised about, him doing that. Now, you don't take it for granted, but that's who he is. He's one of the top ball producers this league's ever seen. Him in college at Buffalo, you can see how many, sack fumbles he had. This guy's one of the special players in the game. And what your special players do is in games like this and moments like that, they go make plays for you. And that's why you go get Khalil Mack, because he can do that. He can make those plays in the clutch when you have to have it. And not surprised at all, and it was a gutsy effort by him.